सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं रे रे 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 सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं रे रे 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 सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं
Good morning, namaskaram to all. Yeah. The audio is okay? Audio is clear? Hello, audio is clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. We'll start. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnur Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Vasudevasutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrtavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvamanusandathami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim Namostu te Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullaravindayada Patranetra Ena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajwalito Jnanamaya Pradipaha Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Mrtaduhe Namaha Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopalanandana Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gita Mrtam Mahad Vasudevasutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Bhishmadronatata Jayadratha Jala Gandhara Nilopala Shalyagrahapati Kripena Vahani Karnena Velakula Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Makara Duryodhana Vartini Sottirna Kalu Pandavai Hrana Nadi Kaivartaka Keshavaha Parasharyavacha Saroja Mamalam Gidartha Gandhotkatam Nanakyanaka Kesaram Harikatha Sambodhana Bodhitam Loke Sajjana Shatpadairaharaha Pepiyamanam Muda Bhuyad Bharata Pangajam Kalimala Pradhvam Sinashreyase मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः. Om. Good morning and namaskaram to all. So we have been discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are in the 13th chapter, Kshetra Kshetraknya Vibhaga Yogam. We have been doing the ninth sloka. Halfway we did, so we'll continue from there. 9th sloka. Asaktiranabhishwangaha putradara grihadishu nityam cha samachittatvam ishtanishtopapatishu. Asaktihi, no, absolutely no possessiveness. Okay, asaktihi. Sakti means attachment. Okay, and no sakti at all. Absence of sakti is asaktihi. That is possessiveness. This is mine. This is my body and my wealth, my property, my son, my husband. All sorts of possessions that we have, including this body. That is sakti, and where there is no sakti, that is asakti. So these are the qualities that is necessary after we discussed about the basic ones earlier on the 8th slokam. And the anabhishwangam. Abhishwangam means where there is a, one second. Yeah, when the affinity or the attachment towards the money, property and relations, wife, children, father, mother, etc., all that, when the attachment is constant, okay, when the attachment becomes constant and continuous all the time, that has been so strongly embedded in our system, that is abhishwangaha. See, how do we know this? How to understand this? When one of our relatives, or the son or daughter or wife or husband, if they have some sort of ailment or because of some pain, whatever pain they have, when we feel the pain in them directly and we suffer, individually we suffer, that is their sufferings, we take it on ourselves. Instead of seeing it as a suffering, we take it on ourselves. That is abhishwangaha. See, even a car, even we become car. There is a story. See, you can become a car. There was one Mahatma who was traveling in a car. Okay, and this was a taxi. He was riding a taxi, which is, the driver told him that this is a brand new, one second. It's a new taxi. Okay, new car he was traveling. And in a signal, the car stopped. By mistake, somebody from behind, one guy who was coming in a bicycle or something similar, he took little time to brake it, and it just touched the car. It just touched the car, that's all. Maybe a small scratch or something has happened. Immediately the driver got out of the car, the cab driver, straight away went to him, shouted at him, and he even started beating him. So immediately the Swamiji, who was there in the car, this Mahatma got down and then told him, why are you beating him? Why you are beating that guy? No, 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 sir, you don't know, this is a brand new car. And then this guy, without understanding anything, he scratched this and then he damaged this, that and all that. Yeah, of course. He damaged the car only. He didn't do any damage to you. Why are you beating him? You are hurting him. Physically, you are hurting him. So, what happened here? The driver became car. The driver became car only because he behaved as if he is hurt, as if he is scratched. Right? So, similarly, one second. Yeah, similarly, what will happen is when the scratch was on the car, the cab driver took the scratch or the hurt as himself. He became car and he started hurting the other person. This is how we behave in our day-to-day lives also. If something happens to the sofa, okay, by somebody who came, a guest came, and then maybe the child dropped something onto it and then spat, we feel like as if we have been damaged. So we become sofa at that time. Similarly, happiness also, it is the same. The son or daughter who got admitted into IAS, we get excited about it. So we take the happiness or the sadness of the other into ourselves. This is abhishwangaha. Okay, this is attachment. This is a clear indication of attachment. So what Krishna says, asaktihi anabhishwangaha putra dara grihadishu. Where is this attachment? We have to find where we are attached to. Individually, we have to introspect and find where I am attached to. Am I attached to? Each one attachment is different. Some may not worry about money or property, etc. But they are so sensitive about the relations, about the son or daughter or husband or wife, etc. And some cases, they are attached with the car. Right? And some are not at all worried about all this, but nobody should tell anything about his job, nobody should do any insult to him. You beat me, no problem, but don't tell about this, don't tell about this, my job, like that. So we have to find out individually where we are attached to. How to find this out? Sit quietly and peacefully and do meditation. Slowly we will come to know. Wherever we are disturbed, or what all the thought that is disturbing thoughts, when they come, when you sit quietly, we will know where we are attached to. Or at that situation, every situation that we go through, at every circumstances, we will know that when the mind is getting disturbed, we will know where the mind is attached to. And it will be one of these, where putradara grihadishu, either it is connected with our children or our parents or our relatives, or griham means property, money, etc. Putra dara grihadishu, all these. So this is the two, asaktihi anabhishwangaha. And then nityam cha samachittatvam. Samachittatvam is necessary through asakti and anabhishwangam. Through asaktihi, without getting attached, too proud of all this, no possessiveness, and anabhishwangam, not the continuous staying with the attachment, we acquire the samachittatvam. Samachittatvam is when there is no sangam, there is no attachment, equanimity of the mind develops. What is samachittatvam? If you remember, Second chapter, 48th sloka, is a beautiful definition for yoga. What is yogam? Okay, that is the perfect definition of yoga. Yogasthah kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Do all your karmas. How? Sangam tyaktva. Okay? Sangam tyaktva. Without any attachment towards anything, including this body. Without getting attached to anything. Sangam tyaktva. Hey Arjuna, yogastaha. Stay in yoga sthiti. Stay in yoga sthiti. How? Siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva. Whether it is favorable or whether it is unfavorable, whether it is a profit or loss, whether it is a win or lose. Okay, siddhya siddhyo, both accept it as it is, like a prasadam. Bhagavat prasadam it is. Samo bhutva, keep the mind in calm state, keep the mind in peace. Samo bhutva yogastaha kuru karmani. Stay in the yoga sthiti and do all your karmas. Whatever we are doing, wherever we are, whatever we are doing, do. See, the actions that we do need not be tiring. Now I am not talking about physical tiredness. Okay, so the actions that we do can be so easy for us to do it when we are in yoga sthiti. So that yoga sthiti is samatvam yoga uchyate. That yoga sthiti is equanimity of the mind. So when each one is doing whatever karma they are doing, in sadhana state, we bring the mind back to our equanimity state. We bring the mind in calm state. Okay, so that is sadhana. And when this becomes practice, that is jivan mukti. When this becomes natural, when this practice becomes natural, that is when the mind is in yoga sthiti at all times without doing any practice. That is naturally the actions becomes a habit and the mind is always in samasthiti. The mind is in equanimity. Okay, that is jivan mukti. And body continues, whatever it has been practiced earlier as sadhana. So whatever the body has been practiced will continue doing its functions. Okay, that is how we have to do our karmas. The karmas naturally happens. Okay, the karmas as a habit continues, but the mind is in yoga sthiti. Mind is always at peace. That is samachittatvam. So that is what Bhagavan says here. Asaktiranabhishwangaha putradara grihadishu nityam cha samachittatvam. Then ishtanishtopapatishu. Whether it is ishtam or anishtam. Ishtam means anishtam means whether it is likable or it is unlike, whether it is desires, likes or dislikes. Ishtanishta means likes and dislikes, whatever it may be. Nityam samachittatvam. Stay in samachittatvam. Always stay in equanimity. Keep the mind in peaceful state. Shanti is sukham. Shanti alone is sukham. Ashantasya kutas sukham. If there is no peace of mind, there is sukham in it. Right? So, this is the teaching. Whether it is ishtam or anishtam, whether it is a favorable situation, which is ishtam, which you want to have, or it is unfavorable situation, which you don't want that to happen. Even when that happens, keep the mind in, stay in peace of mind. How? This is only possible through Atma Jnanam alone. Because know that your true nature is Shanti. Your true nature is peace. Anandam is the true nature. Okay? Where the Anandam is getting disturbed by the attachment. It is because of the attachment towards the objects, desiring things is the problem. That is the reason for the disturbance of the mind or the loss of this Anandam. Okay? Wow, how do we lose this happiness, Shanti? It is only because of the attachment. See, if you we have discussed this earlier. In case of in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a story of Bharata. Jada Bharata is called. He is Bharata. So he because of his very slight attachment. Okay, so he was Bharata Yogeshwara was the son of his Rishabha Yogeshwara. Okay, so Rishabha Yogeshwara's son was Bharata Yogeshwara, and this Bharata Yogeshwara, he went to the forest during his after this Vanaprastha etc. He gave the kingdom to his next generation, and then he went to the forest to do austerity etc. And then he was doing japam and tapas etc. And one day he saw a mother deer giving birth to a child, and the mother died, and this baby deer fell into his hands, and he took care of that deer, and then he was always worried about this child. What will happen if I am not there? He started feeding food, and all the time the deer was playing on him etc. all the time. And then when slowly one fine day this deer became slightly bigger and it disappeared. He ran away, and Bharata was shattered. He always thought about the deer only, and he died thinking of the deer only. And then he had to take a birth of a deer, and then later he was born as Jada Bharata, a Brahmana who was a Brahmajnani by birth itself. So that is the story of Jada Bharata. So what happened here? It is not that he protected or he took care of that deer etc. is the problem. No. He did not see Ishvara in it. He did not see that it is Brahman, it is Bhagavan. He thought that it is deer. Instead of seeing deer as Brahma also, he should have seen Bhagavan, Ishvara in that deer. This attachment would not have happened. In Srimad Bhagavatam, as soon as Krishna is born, Krishna gives an advice to Vasudeva and Devaki. There he says, Yuvam mam putra bhavena brahma bhavena. When you love me as your putra, you see me as Brahman also. It is an advice to Vasudeva and Devaki, because earlier 2 lives, Vasudeva and Devaki, they did not practice this Brahma Bhavam in the son. So now Krishna says, this is your last chance. Now when you shower love on me as Putra, you see me as Parabrahmam also. So this is an advice to all of us. So in our lives also, when we look at our husband or wife or children or father, mother and everyone else, see them as Brahman also. When you are in transaction, look at them, see them as the relation. At the same time, inside you see them as Chaitanyam. The same Chaitanyam that is running through you, the same Chaitanyam is there everywhere else also. In them also you see that they are Chaitanyam, they are Atma, that never dies, that never born. Na jayate mriyadeva kadajit nayam bhutva bhavitava na bhuyaha ajo nitya shashvatoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. That Atma which never get destroyed in the absence of the body. The same Chaitanyam you see in everything around you, in your wife, husband, children, parents and the plants and everything else you see, including yourself. Okay, when we look at like this, naturally samachittatvam happens. Okay, equanimity of the mind will be established forever. Okay, next we'll move to the next one. Next sloka. So there will be some people ask, is attachment and love are same? How is it possible without attachment? How can you love someone without attachment? Attachment is not love. Unconditional love is love. Without expecting anything. Okay? Without expecting anything means, I mean anything. If you can love someone, that is the love. Okay? With expectation, if you love someone, that is attachment. You expect something in return. Anything, let it be psychological or let it be material. Whichever way you expect anything, okay, that is attachment. If you shower love, that is conditioned love. You have a condition there. Whereas unconditional love is real love. So it is possible to love someone without expecting anything in return. That alone is love, and that is what you are. That is your true nature, and that is how everyone is. Okay? But in ignorance, people fall into the trap of desires and attachment. So we will move to the 10th verse, 13:10. Mayi chananya yogena bhaktiravyabhicharini vivikta desha sevitvam aratirjana samsadi. Mayi chananya yogena bhaktiravyabhicharini vivikta desha sevitvam aratirjana samsadi. Bhakti and ekantata. Okay, this is the main subject matter of this. See, when samatvam, when the samachittada or the equanimity of the mind strengthens, when it increases, then what will happen is we will have chitta prasadam. Chitta prasadam and atmanandam. This shantata, this peace of mind, the shanti which is there in the mind is the chitta prasadam, and it is the same as atmanandam. Okay, so we start getting the glimpses of it. When the mind is cool, when the mind is antashhitalada, Yoga Vasishta says antashhitalada is the word. They use antashhitalada. So this atmanandam, we feel happiness alone. The happiness or the anandam that arises within without depending on anything or anyone. Without any dependence on anything, if the happiness arises, if that there is a anandam, that is coming from Atma alone. That is Atmanandam. And such a mind, such a mind knows that there is Atma which is free, which is ever free, which is always free, which was free, which is free now, which will ever be free. That freedom we get, that is Atmanandam, and there is no traces of dukkham in it. There is no fear, there is no dukkham, there is no disturbance at all. That is ever free. There is no dukkham in it, and you cannot get this outside. You won't get this anandam outside. That is also becomes clear, because we realize that it is inherent, it is there, it is already there. which you don't get from outside. So, this experience of this Anandam within, without depending on anything outside, is Atmanandam. So, where we are coming? So what will happen is, naturally we start loving it, right? We will love that condition. We would like to be there only, where you get this Anandam within, without depending on anything outside, right? That leads to Vivikta Desha Sevitvam. What do you mean by Vivikta Desha Sevitvam? The affinity to stay in solitude. This leads us to stay in solitude, alone, want to be alone, prefer ekandada, don't want to be among the crowd, don't want to go for parties, not interested to be in the crowd, etc. Why? Because as you start getting more and more crowd, most of them are worldly people, and the worldly people will drag us into conversations, etc. And then our mind will start unnecessarily getting scattered. It will get scattered. We don't want that. We don't want any scattered mind. We want always to be in yoga sthiti, where a crowd starts pushing us towards the unwanted worldly talks and other things, and then our mind starts getting disturbed, and the mind ends up in scattered mind. That scattered mind is called Vyabhicharini. So we want Avyabhicharini. We don't want a scattered mind. A scattered mind forgets Atma. Okay? So we want Avyabhicharini. That is Avyabhicharini. We don't want a scattered mind. Not scattered because of moham, delusion, all that. So we want to stay alone. Okay? That is Vivikta Desha Sevitvam. The affinity to stay in solitude. Like to stay in secluded place, alone. See, alone means not loneliness. Okay? Loneliness is not the right word. It's not loneliness. Loneliness is me, you feel alone, all alone. A depressed state it is. It's a depressed condition. This is not feeling loneliness. Staying in solitude happily. Staying in solitude in Anandam. That is very rare to find. Generally people don't want to be like that. People want crowd. They want to be among people. They want to go with friends and party and all that. People go to marriages and so many other things, all because of that only. To show off something and want to see something. Like that. So whereas a person who is in the path of spirituality would like to be in solitude happily. Because the happiness that arises in such a person is not coming from outside, which is there inside that person itself. Right? Atmanandam. He enjoys the Atmanandam. So here, Mayi, in me. Bhagavan says, Krishna says, now we will come to the verse. Mayi chananya yogena bhaktiravvyabhicharini vivikta desha sevitvam aratir jana samsadi. Mayi, in me, in Paramatma. Krishna says, in me means Brahman. Ananya yogena, sarvatra, everywhere, who experiences me alone, who experiences Brahman alone, everywhere who sees Brahman alone. That is the yogam. Here Ananya Yogena means not thinking about anything other than Bhagavan, other than Ishvara. That is Ananya Yogam. Ananya Yogena Avyabhicharini, not scattered. Mind is not scattered. Mind is not running after the desires, not running after this and that. Okay? That is Ananya Avyabhicharini. Mind is not in Vikshebam. You sit and you start meditating, immediately some thoughts are coming, and then these thoughts are always scattered towards so many things in life. maybe thinking about the office or thinking about husband or son or so many other problems of this world, okay, or some anxiety about what is going to happen tomorrow. All sorts of disturbances starts pouring inside our mind. This is a mind which is vyabhicharini. Avyabhicharini, a mind that is not scattered because of delusion. Why the mind is getting scattered? It is because of the ignorance. It is because of the moham, delusion. Right? Bhaktihi cha. Bhaktihi. Parama premam. Only love. Okay? That love towards me, bhaktihi cha. Ultimate unconditional love. Then vivikta desha sevitvam. The affinity to stay in solitude. Why vivikta desha sevitvam? Because don't want to get involved with the people and get the mind disturbed. We don't want disturbance. Right? So, for that reason, this person would like, and does that mean that this person will not interact with people? Definitely they will interact, but the interaction will be minimum. Interaction will be bare minimum. Unwantedly, these people will not go and then put themselves into such, enter into situations where the mind can get scattered. Naturally, this will happen. Okay, naturally, because of the knowledge and because of the asangatvam, slowly the person starts enjoying all alone. Okay, right. So, bhaktihi cha vivikta desha sevitvam jana samsadi aratihi. Not finding any more excitement in staying with the crowd. Don't have any special excitement. Oh, there is tomorrow, day after tomorrow, there is going to be a marriage, and then I would like to attend, and then that excitement is not there. You might attend a marriage or a function, that is fine. But no more that excitement to wear this and that and then show this and want people to praise the dress or praise the way we look, etc. That excitement is gone. There is no more excitement in all this. Why? Because earlier we thought that those excitement, because of those praising and other things that comes from outside is going to give me happiness. That means there was a dependence on other things for my happiness. Whereas now I don't have that. My moham is gone. The delusion is gone. Because I understand that the anandam is within, right? So the disturbance, the cause of the disturbance and fear and etc. was coming from outside. The outside happiness will not last long. The excitement is only momentary. Whereas the shanti, the inherent nature of myself is anandam. That I realize it now. So now no more excitement towards all this. Partying and going among the crowd and getting into all sorts of troubles. I don't want to be. If at all I go, I keep the conversations and connections bare minimum. But this naturally happens. This naturally happened to all of us who are in the path of spirituality. It is not abnormality, it is normal. It is abnormal for others, but not for us. Okay. And especially some people will also ask, are you okay? You are okay, you seem to be dull, etc. also they might say. Because outside they cannot make out the shanti that we are going through. The shanti that we are in, we only know. Others might consider or think differently. That is their issue. And what is Ananya Yogam? Ananya Yoga means whatever you see, anything that you see, smell, the people, the animals and the plants, wherever you see Bhagavat Swarupam. You see Atma alone, Brahman alone, Ishvara alone, anything, any word you can use. Okay, consciousness alone. So when you see Bhagavat Swarupam, everything and everywhere, whatever you smell, taste, all that, established in this thought, established in this thought all the time. That is yogam, the connection with Bhagavan at all times. That is Ananya Yogam. So Ananya Yoga means wherever you are in the kitchen or you are in the office, the water, the gas, the rice, the vegetables, everything, the sambar you make, everything is Bhagavan alone. See the Chaitanyam, right? See God in everything and everywhere. If you are in the office, the computer, the people, everything is God alone. Inside. No, don't have to tell others. No need to tell others. Inside you have this, that everything is God alone, including me also. I am also the same thing. So this is Ananya Yogam. Thinking of God alone, connection with Bhagavan at all times. That is the Ananya Yogam. And the mind, this leads, when you keep this always in this thought, this leads to no more vikshebam of the mind. The mind will not get scattered. Okay? Mind will not run after this, because if at all it goes, you will be able to bring it back to this thought. Constantly we will be able to bring our mind from that disturbance thought to this thought of God. It is possible. It is possible. You have to be just alert. That awareness, you should be aware, because you are that awareness. Your nature is awareness. The Sakshi Bhavam, Sakshi. You are the witness consciousness. You are the Sakshi. You are watching. You are the one who is watching yourself as well as others. You watch yourself as well as others, because you are that awareness, you are that consciousness. In the consciousness, things happen. If you are able to have a space between yourself and the things that is happening around, including yourself, if we can develop a space or an alertness or that awareness at all times, okay, that will definitely you will be able to see. If at all there is a disturbance coming in the mind, we will be able to notice it before it comes, or sometimes after it is projected. Because of that condition, because of that vasana, sometimes the disturbance immediately pops up, but we will be able to see the disturbance then and there, and we will overcome it immediately. Why? Because we are aware of it. In that awareness, the actions, whatever the actions that come, will be natural, and that actions will do good to others only. If we are aware of our every moment, in that awareness, whatever actions arising out of our mouth or our hands, even the mind, all those actions will do only good to others. There will be no selfishness in it. There will be no mine attitude in it, and that will be pure. So, but one more time we will read this. Mahi chananya yogena bhaktiravyabicharini vivikta desha dev sevitvam aratir jana samsadihi. Jana samsadi aratihi. That already we discussed. Aratihi means no more excitement. Okay. Rati means that excitement that comes within, though that is not there. Jana samsadi aradhi. Jana samsadi means staying with the crowd. Jana samsadihi, getting too much crowd. As scriptures say, if there are 2 people, it is a village. If there are 3 people, it's a town. Like that. Okay. So, if at all we end up in a crowd, so what we should do? Without getting involved, without being carried away, stay in Atmanistha. Stay in Atmanistha. Unnecessary, don't gossip. No need of any gossip. No need of unwanted talks, worldly things, and about relatives. etc., all these unwanted talks and all, avoid. Naturally we will avoid. Naturally we will avoid. We will no more be interested in all that. See, there was a Mahatma in Trivandrum, Professor Sri Balakrishnan Nair sir. So his room used to be always empty. There will be no images, or there is no photos, etc., and the door is always open. So whoever comes there, anyone can enter there. When he is there, anyone can go there. So no question will be asked like, from where are you coming, how are you, what is your name. He won't ask anything. It is nothing wrong in asking all this, but his nature was like that. He never used to ask questions, where are you and all that. And the talks or discussions will be only about Atma Vidya or Brahma Vidya. Anyone can ask doubts on that alone. No other talks, etc., are entertained there. This is because of this. What? Vivikta deshad sevitvam aratir jana samsadi. Not having any excitement in worldly talks, etc. Okay. So these are the qualities that is necessary after the verse 8 and 9. What are the things? 8 sloka. One more we will just read. Indriyartheshu vairagyam anahankara evacha janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha doshanudarshanam. I am not explaining now. And 9th sloka is asaktiranabhishwangaha putra dara grihadishu nityam cha samachittatvam ishtanishtopapatishu. And now 10th sloka, which we covered now. Mahichananya yogena bhaktiravyabhicharini vivikta desha sevitvam aratir jana samsadi. Bhagavan continues. 11th, beautiful slogan. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam tattva jnanartha darshanam yedat jnanamidi proktam ajnanam yadatonyatha. One more time. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam tattva jnanartha darshanam yedat jnanamidi proktam ajnanam yadatonyatha. Etat jnanam. This is jnanam. What? One first, you know what is your true nature. My true nature is not this body, not this mind, okay, not this prana, etc. Remove all that, do neti and come to the last. What is that? Atma, the consciousness, the awareness, that the I within, which says I all the time, okay, which is beyond the time. Why do we say beyond time? See, the time is when the mind pops up, okay. When the mind comes in, the time also come in. So the time is the production of the mind. So in waking state, the mind arises, then the time. Similarly, the dream also. But in deep sleep, there is no notion of time. In deep sleep, there is no notion of time at all. So there you are close with Atma. Okay. So this knowledge, this understanding leads to know that your true nature is this, which does not need an external object for your happiness. My inherent nature is happiness, sukham, sukhaswarupam ayam. Okay, this is Atma Jnanam, or this is the Atma Sakshatkaram. Realizing this in me, that is Atma Sakshatkaram. Then we look outside and we see that everything is the same consciousness, because consciousness is there, everything else is there. Without consciousness, all experiences are not possible. That means all those experiences through the sense organs is possible because of the presence of consciousness in us. It is the consciousness which makes everything appear and disappear. The appearance and disappearance. All the emotions that are arising in the mind. All the experiences that with seeing, smelling, tasting, etc. All of this is happening in consciousness by the consciousness alone. It is because of the presence of this consciousness all this is happening. So I am that consciousness, I am not this body. This is the Adhyatma Jnanam. Okay, this is the knowledge. So, Etat Jnanam, Atma Sakshatkaram, then Brahma Sakshatkaram. This is the order. I am not this body. Okay, this we have to practice, think and practice this at all times. Alone as well as in transaction. We have to practice this. Okay, so Adhyatma Jnana Nityatvam. Okay, I am Atma, I am not this body. This Anubhavam assimilated. Whatever we practice will become natural later. Okay, so this sadhana will become natural. First is with the buddhi you practice, then in the absence of buddhi also this is established. Okay, that is what Adhyatma Jnana Nityatvam. Atmanubhavam always at all times established. Tattva Jnanartha Darshanam. Tattva Jnanartha Darshanam. Here, first one is Adhyatma Jnana Nityatvam is Atma Sakshatkaram. Then Tattva Jnanartha Darshanam. You see the same thing everywhere. Because it is because of the presence of consciousness that I experience everything. Right? So all of this, whatever I experience here is consciousness alone. If I am experiencing this universe, that means this universe arises in consciousness. Okay, so initially I know that all of this which arises in this is in my consciousness, and that consciousness is only the truth. Then when I look outside, I see that the same thing is happening with the other person also and the animals also. So everything, every living thing or non-living thing is experiencing its world through the media that it uses. So for there also the consciousness has to be there. Right? So it is the consciousness, the essence. The consciousness alone is the cause of all experiences. So when we look outside, we see the same tattvam in everything. That is tattva jnana darshanam. Tattva jnanartha darshanam. This is what is tattva jnanartha darshanam. Means seeing that sarvam brahmamayam. Everything else is also the same thing. There is only one. That is tattva jnanartha darshanam and adhyatma jnana nityatvam. Ayam atma, that is adhyatma jnana nityatvam. Tattvamasi, you are also that, is tattva jnanartha darshanam. Tattvam, that way also we can take. Tattvam, that is you. You are that. So that tattva jnanartha darshanam, saying the same thing in everywhere. Okay. And when we do this, etat, all these as said above, adhyatma jnana nityatvam, tattva jnanartha darshanam, etat jnanamidi proktam. This is jnanam. This is said to be jnanam. Ataha anyatha yad, other than this. Okay, other than this means all the knowledge, the studies of computers, the studies of physics, or the study of anything you take, every other knowledge, even the studies of chanting Veda mantras or learning something else, cooking, or any other knowledge that we have in this universe. I gave few examples. Anyatha tat sarvam ajnanam is ignorance. Okay? So, knowing self alone is jnanam. No self. Self knowledge alone is jnanam. Everything else is ajnanam. Why? Because all other knowledge leads us towards the affinity and attachment towards other things. That is the reason. We have desire. There is a desire in us to do this and that. So all the karma that is happening in us, it is because of the desires. All those desires have come because of our ajnanam. What is ajnanam? Not knowing jnanam. I don't know my true nature. I don't know myself. That is the reason I am doing a karma to acquire something because I lack something. Okay? And to acquire something I do karma. Why do I do something? Because I want sukham. I want sukham from that. Or if I have something, I don't want to lose it. What will happen if I lose it? If I lose it, I will be unhappy. So we are looking for sukham outside. This is ajnanam. That is why we do this and that. Any karma, any other knowledge that we are doing here is because to acquire something, and by acquiring that we feel happy. Whereas adhyatma jnanam is this adhyatma jnanam is know your true nature. That jnanam, how do you get it? Listen to Vedanta, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Listening, then Mananam, think about it, contemplate on it, and Nididhyasanam, practice it alone as well as in transaction also. Put this into use. Okay, all the time think about whatever we have learned in Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads and other Prakarana Granthas. Okay, this constant practice is necessary. This alone is jnanam. So, studying scriptures is a must. Studying scriptures on a daily basis. Every day, morning, we should sit with Bhagavad Gita or Upanishads or listen to good talks by Mahatmas, and we should listen to that and practice it. Think about it. Practice means thinking. We have to think. All the doubts have to be cleared and practice it in our day-to-day life. That only leads to permanent shanti or self-realization. Okay. So one more time we will read. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam tattva jnanartha darshanam yedat jnanamidi proktam ajnanam yadatonyatha. So these are, see, one more point I missed. This Tattva Jnanartha Darshanam. So when you see that everything is Brahma, there is only Brahman alone here, that is Brahmanubhavam, that alone is called Moksham also. That is freedom, that is Moksham, that is Mukti. Okay, there is no other Mukti here. Know that Sarvam Brahmamayam alone is the Mukti. That Brahmanubhavam is Mukti. Another word is Mukti or Moksham. Okay. Okay, so now what are the practices that we have, what are the things we have to practice? Just condense whatever we have learned in the last 2-3 slokas. Never be too much proud of caste, religion, etc. Never be too proud of your abilities, various kinds of actions, this and that. Be humble. Okay, these are the practices which Bhagavan advised. Don't be too proud of caste, religion. Don't be too proud of your self-abilities. I am able to do this, that, etc. And not having trust in the scriptures. This also should not be there. We should have Shraddha. we should have titiksha. We should have titiksha. Why I am saying this? Because these are the anityaha. Ajnanam yadato anyatha. Anyatha, all ajnanam. So among ajnanam we should not have ajnanam. What are the ajnanams here? Ajnanams are this: too much proud of your religion, caste, I am born in this kulam, I am rich, I am poor, right? Because these are not the properties or the qualities of Atma, but I am Atma. But these are all anatma, properties of anatma it is. Too proud of caste, hurting others. Okay, hurting others is, we should not practice himsa, but we should practice ahimsa. Then not having trust in guru and scriptures, etc. Then the mind is full of ragadvesham. These are all ajnanams. Okay, what we are talking is all about ajnanam. We should not have ragadvesha in our mind, not having any anger towards, no attachment. When I say, see, the person whom you love the most, the attached most, you will hurt the same person. The person whom you are too much attached with, you will end up hurting the person the most, or you will be hurt from that person. Either way. Think about it. Then there is no lakshyam at all. People don't have any lakshyam, no goal. Where people only think they want that, okay, I want sukham, but how to get it? How to get that permanent sukham? Are we interested in sukham which is coming and going, temporary sukham? We having ice cream, that time we will be happy. Once the ice cream is lost, we lose our happiness. This is life. Is this the way? Or is there a thing called permanent happiness? Is there a way out? That goal is not there. That is because of ajnanam. So we are not ignorant people. We should have the jnanam. The happiness lies only in self, and we have to realize the self. That is the only goal in my life. That is the goal. Okay, so these are the things which we need to have, and we will continue in our next class. From the 12th verse we will continue. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Harihi Om Tat Sat. Brahmarpanamastu.